Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're doing a how to build on the brand new Levi. So this is the rerun Levi, the one from the final season of Attack on Titan. He has this outfit as his default one. But let's get into this how to build. So overall, Levi isn't too bad. He does have quite an old sort of feel to him in terms of how he works in damage wise. Apart from that, he can deal quite a bit of damage. Once again, he is a crit damage based character. He does have attack crit damage currently. As you can see, 242 is a very high crit damage. He's got decent crit chance, but his relic kills with that as well, which we'll get into. He's got good pierce rate, decent resistance, crit chance is meh, very good crit damage, mediocre crit resistance, good crit defense, average regenerate, and of course, decent life steal for not having all outfits. His first skill is another unique skill called Sure Kill, which has a very standard multiplier of 90% increase until gold, where it becomes much larger. But it is 2 times pierce rate and 2 times crit damage when attacking an enemy that has Mark of Lethality, which is part of his passive. And then he has the standard Infect AoE that most Infect characters have, like Echidna and Rimuru. Brutus also has this card as well. This one's pretty good. It does hit several times. Both of his cards have like several hits, so of course it gives you a lot of chances to crit, which is really helpful. His ultimate is also increase the hero's pierce rate, so it gives you a pierce rate buff, and then you do pierce damage up to 3 times and up to damage multiplier, which does also increase at 6/6, coming to 100% pierce rate and 550% multiplier. You have the 100% pierce rate. He's looking at 1. Actually, his passive. Actually, we'll get over. We'll go into his passive before we start talking about how insanely high his pierce rate would be at 6/6. So his passive is applies the mark of defense on the hero for 2 turns at the start of the battle. Increase the hero's pierce rate by 30% for each allied human hero. Additionally, when the hero uses a skill before the skill activates, one buff is removed from all enemies with the mark. And a mark of lethality that lasts 2 turns is applied to the enemies who had a buff of effect removed. So what this means is, you attack Demon King. Your first skill, even if they have evade food, will remove their buff, and as well as give them a debuff, which lowers their critical resistance by 50%. It doesn't stack, but it's quite a lot. Bear in mind, he's actually got decent crit chance as well. Also 2 turns. Increase the hero's crit damage by 40% for each mark of lethality applied to the enemy heroes, which means you can get 3, which is another 120% crit damage, which puts him at, 360 with no actual money weapons, which is kind of insane. Bear in mind, he gets 2 times crit damage if he attacks an enemy that also has mark of lethality, so you're looking at 720% crit damage, which is a lot. Bear in mind, he's going to have a lot of crit chance when we factor in the other things as well. So we're also going to go into his mark of defense. So mark of defense increases his crit defense and gives him full debuff immunity for 2 turns. The crit defense is actually very big because he doesn't have the highest crit resistance, so having very high crit defense enables him to tank very nicely, especially against Demon Kings, Purg Melees, all these, or even LR and even LRS, he's able to tank quite a bit because of his extremely high crit defense, which is really nice. He's also got some decent resistance. Pierce rate, of course, gets increased by another 90% for a full human team, so 170 plus the 100% from a 6/6. You're looking at, 270 times 3, which is a lot. It's, I think, if my math is correct, it's 810% pierce rate with an ult at 6/6 with a 550% multiplier, so it's a lot. You're doing a lot. But the only problem is that if you're using this Levi against another Levi, you can just immediately remove the buff, and then you give yourself mark lethality, which of course makes yourself much easier to kill. Onto his gear. So I've made him full attack crit dam, or of course you are. I was actually tempted not to, but I thought he may have a use in the future, and he's an overall sick character. His relic looks really nice. I really like this relic. Even just the small effects here look really nice. It's a cool looking relic. But yeah, attack crit dam is definitely the way you want to go. He wants to be a DPS. You give him HP defense, he's not going to be doing the most. mainly because he has actually very low attack base. He has very low attack, but he has extremely high crit damage. Oh no, he has extremely high crit damage, and with his relic, which is increase the hero's crit chance by 15% for every debuff applied on all enemies, limit up to 7 times, he can give himself 105% crit chance, which puts him at 197. 197 without paying for the 2 money weapons, which would get you to over the 200% marker, which is very good. You'll probably be creating most characters, and if you pair him up with other characters, plus he also lowers critical resistance by 50%, you know, he's going to be hitting very hard, which is really, really nice. Especially if you pair him up with Eren, who, of course, ignores, all allies ignore 30% of enemies' crit resistance. He's looking at 80%, like, crit resistance ignore, which is insane. Especially with 200% crit chance and an absurd amount of crit damage with a crit damage-based skill as well. Onto his outfits. He does have 5 outfits. Of course, you have the SSR one, which is like the normal Levi. You've then got the UR one, which is the final season one. You've got this like ninja one, which you can buy for 60 diamonds. You've then got this vampire one, and then like a actual proper knight one, which actually looks really nice. I really like this one. This one kind of suits the relic, and if I was to get one, I would definitely be getting this one. Weapons-wise, not too bad. The extra pierce rate and crit. So all the crit stats, every attack-related stat is really good for Levi because he makes use of all of them. He makes use of pierce rate, he makes use of crit chance and crit damage. Of course, he also has the ability to lower crit resistance quite a bit, so crit chance is really not really needed. But it's always nice to have just in case, of course, you verse another Levi, which you can't actually inflict any debuffs to, so it would be really hard to crit him. The weapons are cool as well. They are really nice looking. Crit damage, both of them are crit damage, which is nice. The increased crit chance is also nice as well. Of course, here you have the diamond one, which I have as well, which is nice, and the default attack on Titan ODM gear one. And then the headgears, of course, you got this vampire one, which is okay. This one's also pretty nice. This one's like he's just wearing a mask. And of course, you got the normal Levi haircut. If you do have Levi, I definitely recommend getting this diamond outfit, mainly because there's a little bit more CC. That means in PvE and PvP, you're just going to have a little bit extra CC on you. But also, it's for the substats, like the extra lifesteal, the extra, whatever this is, crit chance, crit damage is always nice. And his relic itself actually has really good stats. If we go into outfits, it's 440 attack, which is very high for a relic. Defense is also very good. 250 is around average, I would say, maybe a little bit just over, and HP is definitely way over average. Normal HP for a relic is around 2.5 to 3k. Attack is normally, you know, 2 to 300. But the newer characters, when they get relics, you normally see quite a high spike in their attack and their HP in comparison to the old relics. For example, Lolly Merlin, they only got 50 attack with her relic, even though her relic was meant to mentor her DPS. But overall, Levi is very good. If you do have him, if you're lucky enough to pull him, or if you're summoning on the banner and you pull him, or you pull him from tickets, luckily, you know, it's definitely worth just at least getting the diamond outfit. He might be used in the future. We never know with future content and Grand Cross in general. We've got Chaos Arthur coming at some point in the maybe near future, maybe global anniversary. So yeah, do bear that in mind. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.